Just today, it was reported that Donald Trump has clinched the number of delegates he needs to be the Republican nominee. That means an unqualified loose cannon is within reach of the most powerful job in the world.
But this report said that you, quote, had an obligation to discuss using your personal email and that you didn't. So how can you really say that it was allowed? Was it an error of judgment?
Well, it was allowed, and the rules have been clarified since I left about the practice. Having said that, I have said many times it was a mistake, and if I could go back, I would do it differently.
You have said that you would talk to anyone, any time about your emails, yet you did not cooperate with State Department investigators, an agency that you ran. Why?
Well, I have talked about this for many, many months. I testified for 11 hours before the committee, the Benghazi committee. I have answered numerous questions. We have posted information on our website. And the information that we had is out there. It's been clearly public. And my email use was widely known in the department, throughout the government. And I have provided all of my work-related emails, and I've asked that they be made public. And I think that that demonstrates that I wanted to make sure that this information was part of the official records.
Is your interview with the FBI scheduled yet?
No, it's not, but I have offered since last August, and I am looking forward to seeing this matter wrapped up.
Are you frustrated that it's continued on this long? Do you think that they have an obligation to, do it before the fall campaign?
That's up to them, but I think it's important we focus on what's at stake in this election. When we now know Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee, a man who has insulted our closest allies, has talked about more countries getting nuclear weapons, has advocated punishing women and deporting 11 million immigrants, and just recently it was discovered actually rooted for the failure of the housing market, saying that that would be a good result for him, which brought a lot of misery to many people. I think that's what's on voters' minds.
So speaking of Donald Trump, after this report came out last night, he kept saying this was not good. He called you crooked Hillary repeatedly. What do you say to that?
Well, I think the report is consistent with what I have been saying, that the use of personal email was a practice by other secretaries of state. And the rules were not clarified until after I had left. And as I've said many times, if I could do it over again, I would have done it differently. But I think it's all out there. Everything that has been reported is in line with what was found in that report.
Now, some of your supporters would say that you have to fight back a lot harder against Donald Trump, that his attacks against you and your husband are left unanswered.
I'm going to run a campaign about the American people. I'm going to run about what solutions I'm putting forward to get more good jobs and rising incomes, deal with education so every child has a good school no matter where that child lives, make sure that we get quality, affordable health care. Everything I've been talking about is what people across the country talk to me about. And I'm going to keep moving forward, making this campaign about the future of the American people. He can run his campaign any way he wishes, but I'm going to stay focused on what matters to voters.